Okay, welcome to the Sculpt-A-Thon. So I think this will be the first video that I put out to let people know that that's what's happening, and then I'll start with the creation video of this. And I got myself ahead a good several hours, so I'm not working under stress with it, but except when I need to sleep for a little bit, which will probably just be naps here and there if I need to take a nap. I will be sculpting straight through Wednesday night. I am also doing a fundraiser because I have been still struggling in a major way, and I just missed the whole Christmas season. Wasn't even able to give my kids presents yet, all that type of stuff, because I've been trying just to get functional again, and it's been pretty serious, and I'm doing better. I'm so glad that now I'm able to sculpt, because honestly, it was like having writer's block, which I've got that too, but but sculptor's block, and especially when that's your living. But I guess there was just so much stress and trauma about the whole sculpting experience and getting art dolls, and honestly, by this point, I am just relieved. And Sherry's awesome. I love Sherry. She's one of my favorite people in the world. So I have full support of her. It was too much for me, even though it was supposed to be, it just required somebody who's not autistic or somebody who's not super sensitive to stuff, who can just kind of go and be out there. And there just was a lot of sales stuff involved, keep all that going, that it wasn't a good match for me. I love to sell stuff to people too, when I can keep it, what I'm doing now is trying to just start slow, and then making sure that I'm still going, and making sure I'm filling orders each day, and that everything that's working is working right at a tiny level first. And then that's why most of what I'm offering right now is digital, because that way you guys can just get it. And I'm got Rizuku going again too, and I'm going to create a page with all the different links on it. So anyway, for this next 96 hours, it's going to be 72 hours, right? It was 72 hours. I think I added an extra little bit there. Yeah. Anyway, math's been not my forte, which is funny because I was in a calculus class when I was in high school, so I ended up getting out of it because I got so stressed out, but still, it was cool that I'd gone so far math-wise, and I really liked it. It just, I don't know, once stress comes up, it's really hard to get that side of my brain to work. So anyway, that's my own little challenge that I'm working on, but some of it is, well, actually, a huge amount now. I'd say at least 90% of the stress in my life right now is financial, and some of that is just because I was sick for so long, my whole business just kind of fell apart. And so I'm just trying to put it all back together, and trying to do it in a way that is actually going to work for me, knowing that I do have, whatever the condition is, whatever we want to call it, I have a situation where I get super stressed out, and then when I do, it can knock me out for a week or two at a time, and I can't function. And so I'm trying to build up my nervous system again, and just work slowly. But the thing is, when you are recovering from autistic burnout, they say the best thing to do is do the thing that you love, which is actually sculpting. I wasn't able to do it for a while. I don't know. I was so stressed out and so nervous, and I felt like I was being watched by everybody, and it just was, I don't know. I had so much going on in the background. My kids having insane struggles. It's been a tough go of it for the past good 7 years. And I've been single all this time too. And so, yay, super fun. Anyway, by this point, I just feel like I am putting my heart into everything in my life right now, and this is where I'm at. And it's not where it needs to be yet, but if I can get my nervous system and body to a state where I don't have to worry about having a place to live constantly, there's not enough money coming in for me to survive, because I've found a place that's quite inexpensive. I feel like I can meet all my obligations for the animals and myself not really into paying people back yet or businesses and stuff, but for $2,000 or less. And so I think that's nice minimal living, and I don't mind that. Like, I love taking care of the animals. That's my entertainment and everything else. Like, I love that. So that makes me super happy. And then anything above that I can use to, number one, get all my customers taken care of that have been waiting and are so sweet. And I am so sorry. Like, I promise, it has been a serious life and death situation over here. Like, that's just what it's been, that I just have kept, having to deal with over and over. But I think I finally come up with a solution, and finally I am coherent enough. I'm healthy enough now that I'm ready to work. And also with sculpting, where I just feel so freaking excited, like, holy crap, really? I could do this for a living? I would be so, like, I would love to do that. And some of that is just because I had the business, 6 years? Something like that, 6 or 7 years itself, too. And my life became not about sculpting. I had a friend, since it happened, she's like, oh, there goes her sculpting. And, I kept sculpting things, but it just was always having to do it with, business stuff in mind, and I just need to follow my heart a bit, and right now I just want to give love to these babies around me that are my sculpting, my figurines, my sculptures that I've created that have been neglected too, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And here's the thing, anybody who is willing to donate $100 or more can give me the idea of what to sculpt next and what I'm going to do. I haven't figured out anything live, and that might be too much pressure for me right now, but I am making I'm making sculptures, for the next 3 days is what my plan is. And if it ends up that just is my job after that too, and doing it in a more time appropriate way, that would be awesome too. But anyway, anybody who's willing to help, that would be awesome. I've also created up a wish list through Amazon. If there's anything that you would prefer to, like, just send my way, like rabbit food or, any of that type of stuff. I've been through hell, and I have not had the support that I've needed. And I think I really have a lot to offer. And I just plan on showing you that over the next 72 hours. And plus, my main thing that I'm putting together first is my online courses and my membership. And I'm thinking at this moment I might just do it right through the Ko-fi site because it will be simplest, but I am hoping to get more funding in. I'm also applying for some business grants as well, especially as my analytical mind is starting to come back and I can start to do something about all this. This has been so frustrating. It's been so frustrating. It's like feeling paralyzed and just watching everything fall apart around you. But anyway, we are moving on now to happier times. And honestly, I think I'm ready to be a better sculptor too. So, like, I'm happy with how this face is turning out, though. She was actually really darling. I don't know why I didn't see it, but I think she actually got a little bit burned or something. So it felt like I was always like trying to compensate for that little darker skin, or I don't remember what the issue was, but I remember not being happy with how that turned out exactly. But I was, making it for a sculpt box, and it was almost done, and how things go. But anyway, I'm happy with this because I just wanted her to have a little bit more realism and emotion in her face, and I think that is working out. So, here's a little sneak peek with how she's coming, and I'm kind of just at this state now where she feels like she's a little bit off center, and so I'm seeing if I can fix it without hurting her face too much. And I need to go back and make sure that everything's going to be attaching okay here. My plan is to add a lot more, a bigger ruffle, because so far the head is attached here. So I'm going to have to put this whole doll in the oven, and we'll see how it comes out. We'll see how it looks. I might end up, if it gets singed, then I'll just have to add on to it, the whole thing. But anyway, mostly this is just, again, to get myself sculpting. And I just saw the next thing that I was like, I would like to do that. So I'm just really trying to follow that desire again, because that was gone. That was gone, and I couldn't force the artistic ability. Like, it was like a muse left, and nope. She did not want to play for a very long time, and so suddenly it's back, and I would be so thrilled if I could continue to work here from home, and especially expand this. Like, I loved doing the the videos on Curious Mondo. Like, that was super fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I like the interaction. I'd like to be able to hear from you. I mean, sculpting is a very solitary ordeal. And for my own life, like, I have just been like a hermit for the past couple years, you know. It's like COVID got over, but I still, you know, I'm just being a little hermit. Anyway, I would like to have more interaction in my life and more friendship and love, and I'm ready to do that. So thank you for listening. That's what I have to say. And anyway, so if anyone you know might be interested in helping somebody try to rebuild their life back, I'm just starting with a preliminary goal, trying to raise about $5,000 just so I can be square where I am here. My landlord's been so sweet, but we need to get this fixed. I should have a tax return coming in the next month or so, but it's time, you know, like, we need to get this taken care of. So he's happy having me here, but if he is happy, there's a good chance I can get a little bit more land and then use some of my creativity to give these bunnies some really cool houses. Because my dream is eventually I'd like to have a piece of land that I can invite other, you know, creative people to. Like, I loved doing workshops together. That was super fun, but we need like beds close by and somebody to bring us food, and, you know, like, we need a lot of and a massage. You know, doesn't that sound nice? Because, like, it would just, I think it would be really fun to have a space to do that. And I don't know, I'm getting pretty close to that as far as like land. And I know that at least my landlord now wants to, like, he was thinking about like maybe renting it out for RVs or something, but as long as he's making money, I think it would be great. And it's a cool space. But anyway, we'll see what comes about. Right now, I just want to make sure I've got a place to live, you know, and I would really rather be doing this than going working at a grocery store or something. I do have a degree, but like, I got to keep stuff low stress right now, you know, so I can keep healing, because that's the most important thing. If you don't have your health, it's can be pretty miserable, and I almost lost all of that. So, I mean, I did for a time. So, anyway, thank heavens to the sturdiness of our bodies and mind, and that we can recover from things. So anyway, I think I'll write more, like, on the coffee. I'll do a post, and also with this newsletter, I'll have a post there too, because it's getting harder to speak about it necessarily, and I can do better expressing writing as far as what I'm trying to do exactly. But essentially, I'm going to have a membership that if people join at the $99 level, that means that they will get everything. Also, my Sculpt University, I'm going to add everything to now. Like all the sculpt boxes. So in the next 3 days, that's what I'm doing too, is uploading. I'm sculpting, and then when I need a break from that, I'm uploading all this different stuff. So it will be chock full. I'm thinking probably through the Rizuku platform first, and just see, I'll just sign whoever, you know, wants to be the full member. I'll just sign you up for all the different classes, and so that will remain in force as long as we're doing our monthly membership together. So anyway, I am here. I'm working. I am able to work now, I guess is what I should say. You know, I've been keeping myself busy with the animals, you know, making sure I was up and doing things, but I just couldn't sculpt yet. And that was really awful. I'm just really glad it's come back, and I'm going to be really sweet to this nice muse that helps me to be able to sculpt. And I'm going to be nice to myself. How does that sound? Anyway, there's also, I think what I decided, anybody who has been a member already, you guys are welcome to stay locked in at the price that you are, and you will get the full, it's like an all-access pass. So I'm going to do a $69 version and a $99 version, and the $99 version will include your monthly sculpt box sent to you, because that's what I want to start focusing on. I want to focus on the university, keep adding to it and building it up, everything that I've done so far, which is a huge amount. So, you know, that definitely, even if you're paying the $99 a month, like you will benefit from that. And I'll be having new stuff to it all the time. I know I've said that before, but life has been crazy and my health was not there to be able to commit to that. But now I'm in a space that I can. I'm living alone just with my animals. And so, like, it's the perfect time for it. And I would love to connect. So I know a few of you already, we've been able to connect by email and stuff, and it's been really fun. So thank you for your patience through my whole life trauma, and I don't really want to talk about it. I just kind of want to move on and go to a happy place. How does that sound? Anyway, more details will be on my Ko-fi site. Thank you for listening. And I would love to get at least my Aprillian website going again. So as donations come in, that's one of the things I'll be doing right away. So you'll just know where to find me there. Thank you. Bye.